Thank you so much. Oh my God, I'm in such a hurry right now. The flight was very delayed, so I'm sorry for the delay. And now I'm going to have to read off my iPhone, which is pretty cool because that's what we're doing anyway. We're moving into the future. Anyway, I wanted to start with saying, when I was writing this speech, when I sat down to write this speech, I had the TV on, I had my 2 phones blinking, and I needed to kill my craving for frozen yogurt. So basically, I also just described the youth of today in a nutshell. They are living multiple screens. Another way to describe the youth was to sing. Not in the literal sense, but that's what they stand for. Sing. Selfish, inquisitive, nowness, a word I totally just made up, and goldfish. Selfish in the sense that they want what they want when they want it. Inquisitive to know everything that surrounds them. Nowness for when they want something, it generally means right now. And lastly, if you don't grab their attention in the first 6 seconds, just like goldfish, they've forgotten you. Generally, generations blame the next for the destruction of the way we once knew the world. And of course, everyone blamed television, and now they blame the internet for this erratic behavior. I guess people always needed someone or something to blame instead of embracing it and putting it to good use. But just don't get me wrong, I'm not being, judgmental, or I'm not kind of lecturing anyone out here. I'm just saying that we do appreciate the past, and it is appreciated to an extent, and that's why it gets recycled. Fashion, music, TV, shows, film remakes, they're all being recycled. And that is not to say that the new generation cannot be original. They are embracing the fact that old is gold, with a bit of a twist to make it relatable to today's audience. So, what always holds the older generation back, I feel, is that they like to stay where they are, reminisce, stick to their roots, try to make the young appreciate what they had. If they stick to that strategy, I feel they'll always, unfortunately, create a niche audience and a non-profitable business. If they want to talk about the past, they should. Do it with friends, do it over a drink, teach your kids at home. But if you're in a business and you work as marketers, advertisers, and even entertainers like myself, we have to remember that the only thing that doesn't get recycled is technology. So changing your views and strategies as fast as a great internet connection is as important as changing your product and packaging. We are all moving into the online space, and if you let the young lead the way, you can open your minds to a world of opportunities, blended with maybe some of your own classic twists. So, the key reason for the rapid movement to our online lifestyle is the same cliches that everyone talks about. No one has time, so the internet makes it easier? Or is it because the internet made it so easy that no one has time or wants to give it? Whatever the reason is, we must only look at the pros. They called television the idiot box, blamed us for spoiling young minds, but did we? Or did we just open new windows of thoughts? And now what will the word be for the internet? I think genius is quite appropriate, and it doesn't just open one window of thought at a time, but several. The youth may look like they are wasting so much time at home online for the first time, though, because they can access things in record-breaking time. The knowledge one gains just by Googling everything they are so inquisitive about makes their general awareness about the world around them increasingly large, which leads to their belief and acceptance of others, other cultures and subcultures, which then also gives them platforms to speak openly or anonymously, to share their views about life and the world, which makes them that much more responsible towards society. I have observed MTV's target audience since I was a teenager myself. So it's really funny when people tell me they have watched me on TV whilst growing up, they didn't realize that I was growing up with them. And it's just that I may have learned faster because of 11 incredible years of experience with a channel that only talks to people that are in the sing generation, the millennials. So, what is cool? How does one understand it? The only way I know how to answer that question is by being real. The youth does real. So being a VJ sustaining for over a decade is only because I promised myself I would be what and who I am. And I realized that was all the audience wanted. They were only interested in real. Think about it. How long can you fake it? And today, if you believe that they can't see straight through you, you are highly mistaken. Why don't the youth pick up newspapers or magazines anymore? Because if they want facts, they will find out as many as they can on social networks. So if you have a product and you want to sell it, the best way to do it is to be honest, make it as realistic as possible. They see that as cool. I have teamed up with so many brands to endorse their products online. Crocs, Intel, Pizza Hut, Viber, just to name a few. The only way I could ever promote it was to have a script, was to not have a script and to be genuinely believe in the product, learn it, understand it, and write about it. What I really felt and what works way better than cheesy, non-believable manufactured scripts. I also recently joined a site which I was very proudly calling the Google of Fashion. It's called The Hunt, and it's a community where you can help one another find fashion you've been looking for. So when they say there is no emotion through the internet, that's not true. This very example of The Hunt, which Ashton Kutcher and Tyra Banks have invested in, this is literally strangers helping strangers get dressed and look good, and that has incredible emotion. People want to chat, share pictures over so many mediums because it's all about seeing is believing. So there is more of a trust that way. It's amazing to see how intuitive they get without seeing you also. Your followers even understand that if you're not writing this yourself, as opposed to getting someone else to write it, they can tell that that's not your language. And it's so funny because people were like, are you going to get someone else to write this speech for you? And I was like, no, because I know that you guys would see straight through that if I'm just reading off. I mean, I'm reading off my iPhone now, but it's my words, and you can tell because it's my language. And that's what the youth feel on the internet as well, whether we're on Twitter, Facebook. If we're typing ourselves, they know. The minute somebody else does it for you, they switch off and you start reducing in followers. It's incredible. So what I'm trying to say is they like to be involved with you. They like to make you feel like they're part of the product. They're part of everything that you do. And remember, asking them personally, interacting with them, makes them feel a part of it. And you'll realize quickly they will have time for you if you have time for them. This generation may seem like it's all about me, me, me. Ask yourself, though, why not? Generations that went to war, were hippies, had religious issues, riots. The earth today is probably at its worst state. The generation that next have a hell of a lot to clean up, and I guess they have no choice but to move as fast as they can. So they make it about themselves because they are the ones who have to rely on each other. So if you want them on your side, they don't want you to waste their time with gimmicks, dishonesty, or fairy tales. Give it to them straight. Tell them why the product will help them. Keep them engaged quickly. Go online because that's where they are. Why are they there? Because, like I said, they want what they want when they want it. So if they want news, to shop, watch shows, music, even find out how the tallest tree was built and where it is, their place is online. And you know what? They're living their lives, and they aren't waiting for you to live it for them. So remember, small is the new big, easy is the new complicated, and if you understood that, then you are already a part of the millennials. I really can't say that word. And that's it. Thank you.